My name is Yanko Maceda, founder of Tabanero Cigars, where we believe in the enjoyment of craftsmanship that allows you to stop time, reflect on life, and plan the future ahead. What a beautiful Sunday. What a beautiful Sunday. A few years ago, because I don't want to sound like an old man, to be more exact, 15 years, I read a book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. El monje que vendió su Ferrari. And it's the title it kind of gets you confused. The monk who sold his Ferrari. I never seen a monk driving a Ferrari. But after you start reading the book, you realize how simple your life can be and how much we take for granted, and we just go every day on automatic, and we miss a lot of the little things that makes your life beautiful, that makes your life have purpose. And one of the many things that we have in the book, that I read in the book, is every day somehow to be in touch with nature. Every day to be in touch with the green of nature, if it's possible, water. But every day, not just when you go on vacation, not just when you take time to go away. It has to be every day. Every day you need to spend a little bit of time looking through a window. If it's not possible that you can walk on the grass and enjoy nature for a little bit, at least look through a window and look at the sky and be thankful. And not to forget that we are part of this amazing universe, and it is really important to be in touch with nature every day. It's not just wake up, get ready, jump on the car, get to the office, go back, sit on the couch, connect with the stupid box, the one that that is fitting you with the wrong information, or the one that you hold something in your hand and you start driving the guy in the stupid box left and right and left. That gets you even dumber than the big one. Yesterday was my daughter's birthday. It was Valentina's birthday. And something caught my attention. We were outside. I was barbecuing, I was grilling, and everybody was enjoying it. And one of her friends visited. And she said, I wish I can stay longer. I wish I can stay longer, because if I go home now, my dad will be watching TV or playing his games on the console, on the PSD or whatever that thing is called. And I just took a moment and reflect, and I said, wow. I'm a true believer to get obsessed with whatever you do in life. To be obsessed, so you can become the best on your industry or whatever you're doing, your profession. But get obsessed with video games. I wonder how video games and other stuff, I wonder how, if every time you have free time and that's what you do, and it's not a hobby anymore, you're obsessed with it, how can you serve others? How can you serve your family? How can you serve humanity? What of a good for others if to be obsessed? There's something that it only makes you feel good, and for a little bit of time, because I guess when you stop doing that, that's it, and you go back to your normal life or your normal routine. It's done. The thrill about what you were doing, it's already done. So I learn a lot. I learn a lot from the book. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. I learned to appreciate the beauties of this amazing world, especially Florida. My wife says that we live in a vacation destination, Florida. Oh, Sunday. I took my Sunday off because I really miss my family. I really miss my kids being a month away from here, from Tampa. It's taking me some time to get readjust. I don't know if it's the change of hours. I don't know if it was being a whole month away from my Tampa routine, my family. So it's been taking me a lot longer than what it used to get with the program. It's a mix of feeling, being a whole month away and coming back and seeing my shop to work perfectly, to be working smooth, to be working amazingly good. It's hitting me hard, because I'm going, well, do I not need it? Do I not need it anymore? Is this work by itself, thanks to the beautiful work that Karen Sewell is doing and the team is doing, Steve, Jimmy, Yoandre, the girls in the coffee shop? I'm not need anymore? A lot of mixed feelings, but let's talk about it. And probably some of you guys been before in it, and you can help me out to better understand. And by the way, God is always testing you to see how obsessed and how truly you are and commit with your journey, with your purpose. I was ready to do the live. I was ready to start recording, and I just opened my sliding door, and my neighbor, today's Sunday, starts her sending to start sending doors, closet doors. She's really creative. Beautiful lady, a great lady. She's really sweet. But man, they choose Sundays that you're supposed to relax, plan the week. They choose Sundays to do their little, I don't know, plans or whatever, creative work. I don't get too many Sundays, so when I get a Sunday, I like to relax. And in a little bit, right at 4, one of my neighbors that has nothing to do on Sundays, he also cut the grass. So I find myself here on Wednesdays, Thursday, when everybody's really busy with their everyday. Pretty quiet, because remember, Wednesdays and Thursdays, there's some other services coming around cutting the grass. So that's why I'm buying close to 6 acres right up on the mountains in Esteli, 15 minutes from Esteli. Even the weather changes a little even cooler because how high we are, and it's only 10 to 15 minutes from my shop. I'm buying property there and I'm building a home in there. So my life will be between here, Tampa, Florida, and Esteli, Nicaragua. So I was sharing with my dad yesterday that he visited for my daughter's birthday, that I'm having a hard time getting adjusted again to Tampa, and he thought it was because I missed Nicaragua, and no, not really. It's just that being a whole month away and coming back and really see that you were not really needed, that everything was running smooth. For anybody else, they would think, wow, that was amazing, Yanko. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. To me, I don't know, because my part-time is to always be worried. I'm always worried. I got worried. I said, wow, I'm not needed anymore here in Tampa. Things are moving so good. That also put me to dream and think, well, if I have accomplished this with one shop, it can happen with another shop and another shop. Some of the people in the industry, they go, no, don't do that. You know, you got to be dealing with with employees and this and that. It would be better if you grow wholesale. But wholesale, to be honest with you, there's something that I still having a hard time. I'm still having a hard time accepting now or able to see. Wholesale, I don't think you have the same contact with the client, because you wholesaling to a retailer, that retailer is selling to their clients. So they're not really your clients, they're store clients who they build a relation. Now, when I open all the shops and I spend time on each shop, you know, I'll be in Tampa. When I'm in Tampa, I will go to the different shops that we have open in Florida and spend time. Man, God is really testing me. This is like when I'm doing a live at the shop, and the shop, it was empty. There was nobody. And right at 3, when I start my live, everybody comes in and everybody's making noise. God is testing you to see how, because this lady is driving me crazy, driving me nuts with her sander on a Sunday at noon. So it's I don't know if other business owner, entrepreneurs, they been through this. They start a business, they start an operation, and suddenly they feel like they're not needed anymore. That everybody knows what to do, things are running smooth. That is a blessing. That is a blessing, but in the beginning, it kind of scares you. It's like that's it. I'm not needed anymore, and I'm asking myself if that is the reason why I jump right away into another project. I feel I already succeed here. What is the next thing? And I know based on my experience at the box shop in Nicaragua, it's not going to take too long to be up and running with the right people. It took me years for the shop, but I have gained so much experience that I know now it's not going to take me that many years to have the box shop running in Nicaragua. Oh, I thought she was going to give me a break, but no. So, what's going to be next when I'm in Nicaragua? I have built my home. I can spend time with nature, thinking, dreaming about what's going to be next, about what I'm going to do in my next life, about my next generations, how to get my kids, my grandkids, my grandkids to learn the secret of life, of finding purpose, of being obsessed with whatever they choose in life, or life choose them to serve others, how to be obsessed with it and to have a fulfilled life, to be eager to wake up every day and go do whatever they're going to do, to not feel that Monday sickness, that it's Monday, I'm going back to what I do, which I hate. I haven't experienced that. I don't think ever in my life. I'm always wanting Monday to be here, to see the people that I was away from on Saturday and Sunday, to get on with projects that I have that have been taking a long time. I can't wait to Monday to be here, because during the weekend those projects need to be in a standby, because the people that you are relying on it to keep going with those projects, they're taking their Saturday and Sunday off, which is understandable. They work really hard between Monday and Friday. So for us that we don't stop, we can't wait for Monday morning to be here to continue with the plans, with the stuff that we want to succeed. I want to pass that on into my next generations. I feel I have accomplished so much so far with 44 years old, that since I started seeing my kids growing and imitating the things that I do and looking up to me, I realized that it wasn't about me anymore. It was about my next generations. And it's a great feeling. It is a great feeling. I have people always asking me, why don't you buy this? Why don't you do this? Why don't you have this? I go, listen, because I don't need it. I don't need it. If I don't know what to do with the money in the near future, which is gonna happen soon, with playing money, yeah, I will buy this and I will buy that, but I don't really need it. I feel so good with how much I have accomplished with a little bit that I know, not having an education, and I feel so committed that I have to share this secret with my next generation, so they can have a really fulfilled life. So when people ask them, wow, if your dad left an empire, if your grandpa left an empire for you guys, why don't you guys, have more things, or they can respond, no, because truly the things that have a meaning for us, that makes us feel good, that makes us feel that we are alive, you don't need a lot of money. We'll see how it's going to work with my next 3 kids, and how I can teach them to reveal the secret to their kids too. So and Nicaragua and Tampa. Most of the people in the industry, they're between Nicaragua and Miami. No, I'm between Nicaragua and Tampa, and I'm gonna keep it like that, because being in Tampa, you still feel that you are in the U.S. I don't know how much that is gonna change right now, with the amount of compatriotas, the amount of Cubans coming from Cuba. Before they used to stay in Miami. Now they continue coming here to Tampa. And let me tell you, my people has changed a lot. My people, the Cuban people, has changed a lot. That socialist system, that system that supposedly everybody have to be equal, has made all the Cubans equal. Yes, equal. Lazy. Again, there's always there exceptions that they don't break the rules, okay? There's exceptions that they don't break the rule. But mostly that socialist system has made all the new generation, Cuban generations, really lazy people, always trying to take advantage, always in a defense mode, like they want to do something bad to you before you do it to them. And they don't understand that that doesn't work here in the U.S. Everybody comes here to have an opportunity, and you don't have to be watching your back all the time. It's been my experience, and I want to keep it like that. I want to believe that that's the great thing that this country can offer. And I feel bad because I have people that I know getting in touch with me. Hey, my aunt is in Tampa. You think you can give him a job? Hey, my cousin. And I keep saying no, and no, and no, and no, and no, because they're pretty damaged. Really, really damaged. As soon as you give them an opportunity, they start complaining that you don't pay enough, that you're a dictator, that same mentality doctrine the socialist system puts on the minorities, that you should feel good that you don't have nothing, that you are really poor, extremely poor, and you always find a way to put some food on the table, that you should be good. You should feel good because you're not a slave. You're not a slave. You're not being exploded by the man, by the white man. Well, let me not get into politics. Yeah, I can start tomorrow. I can fly tomorrow to Nicaragua and start working on the box shop. Everything, for the most part, everything is done. Everything is done. My employee here, Naun Lozano, he's ready to fly with me tomorrow. But I need to spend time with my family. And I don't want for Naun to get there and me over the phone telling him to go see and so, and say, no, I want flight with him, so when he gets into Tampa, whoever I'm gonna introduce him, it to be in person, so he can be introduced in person by me. I think something is telling me that should be the right thing. So that's what we are planning to do, both to go down to Nicaragua and start. When we're gonna do it, I'm thinking December 1st. I already bought my ticket for December 1st. He's flying to Honduras to stay last week or last 2 weeks of November with his family in Honduras, and I would drive to the border of Nicaragua and Honduras and pick him up right there at the border. That'll be interesting, going to the border and picking up a Honduran and bringing it into Nicaragua. I should film that. I should film that because, and you're just saying it, but it must be an adventure. It's the border from Esteli, the Honduran border from Esteli. I heard that it was 35 minutes, 45 minutes, so it's not that far. It's not that far. That will be interesting. It's gonna be a great thing. So yes, going back to the mixed feelings. Also, I feel I'm worried about how much I'm going to fall in love with the little things, with the beautiful little things of Nicaragua. How more simpler life is in Nicaragua. How good it's gonna be for my kids to be in Nicaragua for a year, 2 years. I know we're gonna miss this. We're gonna be flying often to Tampa because we can't stay in Nicaragua for longer than 90 days. We need to go out and come back. Of course, we can go out to Costa Rica, we can go out to El Salvador and visit other places every 90 days, so we can be legally in Nicaragua. And of course, we'll be coming here to the U.S. often. But let's see how much my love for the industry, for what I'm going to be doing in Nicaragua, is going to affect Tampa. And I guess I'm worried about that. How much is going to be Tampa, my presence in Tampa, how much it's going to be affected, because how we all as a family will start and fall in love with Esteli, Nicaragua. And I think this guy has some issues right here, this half. I'm looking at it and everything seems to be okay. Well, unless I'm talking too much. Robusto sun-grown wrapper. What a flavor bomb in such a little cigar. This is Rob with Cigar Talk, his favor, de Robusto. And I always remember that Rob says, the day something goes wrong, I'm gonna be the first one to let you know. And I think it's been a year already and I haven't heard anything wrong from him. So I guess we've been doing a pretty good job. So if you have a chance, and I know that if you're listening to my Sunday reflections, you are definitely a passionate individual to be listening to my experiences and things that I'm going through. Kind of unconscious building an empire. It's not the idea. I'm not obsessed to building an empire. I'm obsessed to do a product that when someone puts it on their hands and light up and start smoking the cigar, they go, wow, that's the 2 seconds of heaven for me when one of my customers light up the cigar. And I can see generally them saying, wow, how much flavor, how complex. And then when I get repeater compliments of how consistent we are. That's it. That's it. That's where I want to stay. But I know eventually doing that and often, that's how empires are built, little by little, with the founder, first generation, that truly believe on what he's doing. And hopefully, if I do a good job, I can have next generation to fall in love with the craftsmanship and continue the journey, continue the Tabanero journey. The weather is perfect. My wife was saying that she's gonna book tomorrow for a freedom boat. We signed up a while ago for a freedom boat, and you put a deposit and you have a monthly payment of $200 a month, and you just book on any of the marinas around the area, and you book a pontoon, bay boat, a center console, whatever. You know what? As a matter of fact, we're gonna book a center console, and you just go out on a boat, enjoy the weather, enjoy the sun, because tomorrow the kids have no school, and you just relax. When I come back from those boat trips, oh my God, I feel so good. I feel so good, not just for the rest of the day, for the week. It's like my mind is floating. So we're gonna go out tomorrow, and the beauty is that when you come in, you just pay for the gas, and you don't have to wash a boat, you don't have to do nothing. That is the beauty of this great country. You get to choose like 4 different boats, and when you come back, you just pay for the gas. It doesn't get better than that. I'm starting to feel better now after a week and a half. I think things in my head are getting more organized. So I will be prepared for December 1st to start that box shop, and to have the Nicaragua industry to fall in love with the new packaging that doesn't matter if it's raining, doesn't matter what's going on, boxes get dry right away. So life is beautiful, and I'm really happy. I'm really happy that I have the opportunity to fulfill my dreams, to execute. I'm already working. I got back to the sanding robot. I want to have a sanding robot in the shop. I don't want a guy just sanding all the time. I want a sanding robot to do the sanding. I want a sanding robot doing the sanding, because it's going to be a lot of sanding. And I know every time I walk by that robot and that arm, and I see him sanding and the panels, it's going to give me the same inspiration that I get from my Tesla. Of driving by itself, of me just thinking, dreaming, and the car driving. I'm gonna get that same inspiration seeing that robot working by itself all the time. And I hope my kids, the same way my kids always driving on the Tesla, and they already got used to it, they drive by itself. I wonder when they start seeing that robot in action, they can see the future. They can see the future of this great world. I get them inspired to do incredible things. I know that robot is going to inspire me to someday, I don't know, 80% of the boxes to be made automatic. I don't think we will ever do that with cigars, because I believe cigars, they need the human touch. The human touch. Cigars, you're not going to light up the box and smoke the box. A box, when you finish with the box, probably will go to the garbage. Probably your kids will put crayons and pencils inside of it. If you don't have kids, you will give it to your wife, or your kids are already out of the house. You'll give it to your wife, and eventually she would do a lamp, or I don't know. What I'm saying is that I will keep people ensembling the boxes by hand as long as I can, because I want the human interaction, and that is a repeated process. Of assembling the boxes, but with good music. Two guys, each guy can assemble at least 250 bottoms, and I see Nicaraguans working. I'm thinking of 250 bottoms, one person, but Nicaraguans, they work fast. Next thing you know, you can have a Nicaraguan putting together 350, 400 boxes, 400 bottoms, 400 tops, and next thing you know, my numbers of 1,000 boxes a day, probably assembling 2,000 boxes a day. We'll see. It can get crazy. So if I have people that are making good money assembling boxes, they enjoy it, they like it. I've done it many times, and your fingers get sore, like also making cigars, but you get used to it. If they like the job, they like the environment, I think the last thing, or probably I will never go away from assembling by hand. But all the other repetitive stuff like sanding, painting, all that stuff, if I can do it automated, I will do it automated. Because I want to be competitive on that sector. I seen the show of boxes in Nicaragua, and it's a circus. It's a circus. Every little guy, medium factory, everybody is complaining about packaging. I think the only ones they don't complain about packaging are the big factories. They have their own box shop, so they make sure to guarantee there. But a small guy and middle guy, there's always problem with boxes. Always. I haven't bumped into a guy that says, yeah, so and so makes my boxes and everything always is good, is dandy. I get it on time. I haven't bumped into that guy that he's pretty satisfied with his box service. So there's a lot of opportunity. The same way I felt in 2010, 2011, there was a lot of opportunity to start a brand in Ybor City. That same way I feel right now. There's a lot of opportunity with packaging in Nicaragua. And I'm the pioneer. I'm the first one to come to Nicaragua with this type of manufacturing. And that makes me feel so great. I don't care how much money I'm gonna make or how big I'm gonna be. What I really like is that I'm the first one. I'm the first one to put that flag in the moon. I'm sorry, to put that box in Esteli, Nicaragua. It feels so good. It feels so good that I can't stop dreaming about it. I can't stop dreaming about it. And that answer, how much it is important for a human being to feel important. Everybody does it in a different way. Me, I love to feel important in my industry. Whew. You see how we reflect, you see how we plan the future ahead. Talking about future ahead, I think I'm gonna have to get the third container, which is empty, the third container ready for cigars. We're gonna jump pretty soon on a different sector of the industry. so I need a third container ready for cigars. And I think my neighbor just cranked the lawnmower because that's how he reflects on life, cutting the grass on Sunday. So I think this is gonna be the end, because we were having a break from the sanding, our neighbor sanding. She's, I think, painting now. But now my next neighbor that doesn't smoke cigars, I think he smokes cigars. I give him cigars every once in a while, but I haven't seen him smoking the cigars. Now he's gonna reflect on life by mowing the lawn. I will finish my Robusto, bring my kids out so they can jump on the tree house, on the zip line, the short zip line that I put in here, and they loving it. We will spend time out here, and I will smoke another cigar. Guys, thank you very much. My name is Yanko Maceda, founder of Tabanero Cigars, where we believe in the enjoyment of craftsmanship that allows you to stop time, reflect on life, and plan the future ahead. I see you guys next Sunday, and hopefully from the shop.